Hello everybody, we're back once again. I'm Tim with Golf Cart Garage. I work for Golf Cart Garage. I'm also a member of the Gearheads on Demand service that we offer at Golf Cart Garage. We come here twice a week. We talk about everything golf carts, see if we can help people out, maybe steer them in the right direction, maybe save them some money. We are going to have some regularly scheduled questions. We'll probably interact with some people in the live. Like, for instance, Mason Grove. Hey Tim from Minnie, beautiful day, 37 and sunny, nice. It's a little bit warmer here now than we have lately, but it's also bringing in the rain. So by the end of the week, we're supposed to get some pretty bad storms. But you know, every year when the weather warms up, you know, it brings in the storms. You know, anytime you get the cold air and the warm air mixing, you get storms. So that's why we're probably headed toward the end of the week. So hopefully they won't be too severe. Let's see, this is March the 28th. We are live on Facebook and YouTube right now. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. If you would like to follow us on other platforms, I'll run the social media links right now. That's where you can follow us on anywhere you want to. We're not only on Facebook and YouTube, we're on TikTok, we're on Instagram. You can follow us on anywhere you would like. Like I said, we come here every Tuesday and Thursday and we go live. If you try to schedule with me, there's a link in the description to the Gearheads on Demand scheduling section of our website. If you try to schedule with me and the slots are all taken, don't worry about it. We got some more slots that are about to open up, and you can also catch me here. Remember that. If you can't wait, I'm here every Tuesday and Thursday live at 12 noon Central Time. So you can catch me here if the slots are taken up. So don't worry about that too much. Let's see. Last week we broadcasted from my actual garage. We're back in my office today. Thursday we'll be back in the garage most likely. I'm trying to get some ideas today, maybe from some people in the live, of what I can do in the next Thursday when we do go back to the garage. Maybe something I can show on video. Gene Hanson, say hey Gene, what's up man? Missy, glad you're back Missy. I remember you from last episode. Glad you're here. Let's see. Looks like we're doing good there. I just had to check that real good. I wonder if we wasted enough time to let people get in here. Let's see. Kurt Bauer. Hey Tim, sorry missed your broadcast last Thursday. So you now I did view it later in the day. You need to tip me. All right, Kurt. You got to remind me now. See, the last episode we went from my actual garage. You know, it's just been completed. It's actually where my golf carts and my tools and everything is out there. You know, so this is behind me right now is just the garage to my house, but my actual garage is on the other side, and that's where all the stuff is that we're going to probably end up talking about. Missy says love the garage. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Yeah, but we're going to go back out there. Craig says, what's up Gearhead? YouTube didn't send my notification about the show. I noticed when I started this episode that there was a few things different. There must have been an update or something, because there was a few things different that happened. It may take a minute or two for them to get that sorted out. There must have been some type of update or something, because there was a couple of things that showed up different on my screen. So that may have something to do with it, Craig. I don't know. But everything should have been normal. You should have been notified. Let's see. Missy says okay, that's right. Your husband installed the EZGO gear stuff. I was in Academy just the other day, and I saw that EZGO gear stuff, or they had a big display of it in Academy. I don't know why Academy, but you would think it would have been at Best Buy or somewhere like that, but it was at Academy. And I was thinking, and that reminded me of what you had told me that your husband had done. But you say the stock battery is holding the sound bar and the subs perfectly. Well, that's cool. If you can get away with the stock battery, you're doing fine. You might want to keep an eye on it if you let it play too long, you know, with the golf cart just sitting there, though. I remember we talked about that. Mason says mine was normal. What do you mean yours was normal, Mason? Do I need to back up here? Let's see. Thank you for the tips. We tested it and it held up fine. Okay, Missy, yeah, you might want to just keep an eye on it, because you may end up wanting to go with a double battery anyway, or lithium or something else. But if it's holding up fine, Go with it. Oh, okay, for your YouTube notifications. I got you, Mason. So you hear that, Craig? He said he did get his notifications. Missy got her notification. I don't know what's up with yours. They must have figured out you're a bad person or something and just decided not to send you notifications anymore. I don't know, man. You might want to check on that. Let's see. Craig says, well, I changed the 2 input shaft bearings on your 2009 RXV. One of them was absolutely toast. Still plan on doing axle bearings. So you were getting some crazy noise then. Yeah. Input shaft bearings would be the next place I would go if I had some kind of noise. I think I've said it before. The first place I'd go would be motor bearing, and then input shaft bearings. So I'm glad you figured that one out. Let's see. All right. Let's get started with the regular questions, and I'll check on everybody. I can see everybody. Scott Tyson, what's up, Scott Tyson? I need 2 inches higher on the front of my older EZGO golf cart. You're talking about you need to raise the body up by 2 inches. If it's an older EZGO golf cart, you may be able to achieve that just by replacing your front springs, because there's no doubt about it. Those front springs wear out over time, and the front end starts sinking a little bit. If you put a brand new, and plus they do make heavy-duty front springs for older EZGO golf carts too. I'm pretty sure I have some in my shop. I just saw them the other day. They're brand new. I need to sell them. So anyway, just changing your springs might get you at close to 2 inches in the front end without a lift kit, because, like I said, they probably are worn out if it's an older EZGO. Same thing in the rear. The rear springs wear over time, and golf carts end up kind of leaning to the driver's side because one person driving around in it all the time, that driver's side rear spring tends to wear out more than the other side does. Okay. Oh, to clear the tires, or did you try to go with something taller than 18, or is it starting to rub on the 18s? Because 18s would be stock. If you tried to go with something taller, then yeah, you might get into a, let's see. Can the same 600 amp 𝗲𝘂𝗲 be used on lead acid and lithium? Yes, it can, Craig. That lead acid and lithium really don't have anything to do with the, what you can run as far as a 𝗲𝘂𝗲 system or a controller. They don't really know that you're running lead acid or lithium. So yeah, it could be used on lead acid or lithium batteries. The ultimate would obviously be to use that system on lithium, but there's lots of those systems out there on lead acid. Let's see. Keith says, hey Tim, Keith from Palmetto, Florida. What's up, Keith? Leave for Tennessee at the end of the week. From Florida to Tennessee. Oh, okay, so that's where your Snowbird, your place is in Tennessee? I think you might have told me that. 2-inch taller tire. All right, so you went from, you're trying to put 20s under the front, Scott. Correct? You're trying to put 20 inches under the front. That's going to be, a hit and miss. You may be able to accomplish it without rubbing. You may not. I'm not sure. That's just kind of a hit and miss there. Missy says, yes, we're looking at an AGM battery. The guy at the battery source told me to get a marine deep cycle AGM battery. Well, that would be good, so I can run a marine battery. So can I run a marine battery? Yes, you can. A marine deep cycle battery would be fine. Now, are you talking about replacing your existing battery with this marine deep cycle to do your stereo? Because I'd have some questions about that. That would probably be fine, but remember we talked about you can always run it separate. I mean, especially a deep cycle, and you could use your stereo in a deep cycle application. A deep cycle application would be some type of application where, like a trolling motor on a boat. You know how fishermen have a trolling motor? Well, when they're using their trolling motor, that battery is not being charged. It's being depleted deeply, hence deep cycle. It's being cycled deeply, and then when they get through, they charge it back up. That's what deep cycle batteries are designed to do. Now, you can get a dual action battery that's not only a deep cycle, but it's a deep cycle and a starting battery. That would be one that would be able to handle deep discharges and get recharged by your golf cart when you're taking off in your golf cart. A straight deep cycle battery, it would get recharged by your golf cart, but it's also designed for, the main design is to be depleted and then charged back up. Basically like an electric golf cart. That's why electric golf carts have deep cycle batteries in them, because that application, an electric golf cart does not recharge the batteries as it's going unless it's regenerative braking. So in other words, they can do it, but it's not 100% their job to do that. But yes, you can run a marine battery, no problem. Let's see. Scott says thanks. Missy says yes. Mark Folsom on Facebook. What's up, Mark Folsom? What's up, Tim? Hope you have a great week. Feeling good in Dayton, Texas. Yeah, I'm looking forward. Finally got some decent weather moving in. I got my motorcycle down off the lift. It's ready to go. Oh, got a new tire on it. Had to put a new rear tire on it. So it's all ready to go. It's ready for this weather. Let's see. Gallon Yoder, what's up in YouTube? Have a club car with a 48 volt silver controller. I have a click but no run. I have good voltage coming through the solenoid, good battery voltage, motor is good, throttle pedal has good ohms. Should the M- post on the controller read 0 when the throttle is not engaged? Do you know, Gallon, that is number 2 on my regularly scheduled questions list today? The answer is yes. The reading should be 0. I've got it even written down right here. It's going to be question number 2. I'm going to go ahead and answer question number 2 on the regular scheduled questions now. This must be you that had sent that in, and we were going to talk about it today. You put your negative lead on the M- post, all right, and you put your positive lead to B+ post, M- and B+. At that point, with everything on, yes, the answer is yes. You should have 0 volts. And then you depress the accelerator pedal, and it should slowly climb to full battery pack voltage. So yes. Okay. Did I do number 1? No, I didn't even do number 1. We're going to have to skip number 2. Number 1, what causes hesitation when accelerating? Well, that could be a lot of different things, but we're talking about electric car, we're talking about gas car, we're talking about different types of potentiometers in all 3 brands. But one of the most common things that can cause hesitation or just intermittent activity is going to be sticky micro switches. Gas cars have micro switches, electric cars have micro switches. There's several in there. That would be the main thing, but it's going to depend on, their location is going to depend on which brand, and the type of potentiometer is going to depend on which brand. So it's hard for me to get into that one any further than that, just from the information provided. Missy says, what are those batteries called? The one that is deep cycle and can be used as a starting battery. Is there a specific name for them? Yes, there is. They're called dual. Let's see. What are they called? They usually have this written on. They usually have deep cycle / starting. That's what they usually call. But they're called dual action batteries or dual purpose batteries or something like that. I don't know exactly if there's a specific term for them, but they usually have like I said, they have a deep cycle / starting battery on there. A deep cycle battery is, in fact, that'd be the kind you would need. That way you could just replace your battery in your golf cart with one of those, as big as you want to get. And it would handle the deep cycles of your stereo running, and then it would also be fine with your starting, working as your starting battery. Look at 𝗬𝗲𝗄𝐿𝐶𝐿 batteries. 𝗬𝗲𝐄𝐿 batteries are like that. I have a lot of 𝗬𝗲𝐄𝐿 batteries that I used in my race car. They are considered dual action batteries, deep cycle, and can be used in a starting application. So they're pretty expensive, and they are AGM. They are AGM batteries. You might want to look at that. 𝗬𝗲𝐄𝐿 batteries. Let's see, Craig says he tried looking around the forums about how to delete the RXV motor brake. I didn't find anything good. Still searching, GOAT. Thank you, Craig, because I need help. I got so many things going on. I would like to know the answer to that, but I do. Here's my list right here. I got waiting list on my list, and it says bench test RXV motor brake and eliminate motor brake. That's a couple of things on my waiting list, but I appreciate you looking, helping me out on that. And I haven't had time to do the research yet, but I'm going to do some myself. Missy says, okay, thank you. All right. We talked about number 2 from Gallon. See, this is how the question was, Gallon, from number 2. I have what I believe. Oh no, I'm sorry. Must be number 3 or something. I must have something backwards there. I have what I believe is a 94 Cushman. I have tested and replaced every part but the controller and motor. How do I know if the controller needs to be replaced? Well, that's where I was getting confused. It must not have been. This may be a separate person, Gallon, because they don't have the same car as you. They had a Cushman, and they were asking about that, and I was going to say, well, you put your negative on the M- post of your controller, and you put positive to B+, and you should have 0 volts, and then you start pressing the accelerator pedal, and it should go to full battery pack voltage. That's how you would know if you've eliminated everything else. A lot of golf cart shops, they don't even worry about doing that test if they've eliminated everything else, because if it's the only thing left, then they replace the controller. If they've eliminated the solenoid, if they've eliminated the motor, the thing that's in the middle of those two is the controller. All right, number 3. My golf cart is smoking blue. How to fix it? It's a Yamaha Drive G29. Well, you know, when you burn oil, it puts off blue smoke. So if your golf cart is smoking, that means if it's smoking blue, that means it's burning oil. Smoking any color, but especially if it's smoking blue. I mean, that's just the color fire that happens when you light oil. Well, oil is not exactly flammable, but if you hold fire to it long enough, you know, it will smoke and turn blue. So that being said, that would be a good car for a compression test. Especially if everything's running and it's just smoking blue. You need to run a compression test because it's very likely that you have some worn rings or you've got a worn top end. You might need to it might be time for a rebuild. I talked about this last week, I believe. There's going to be an acceptable range of your compression for your particular car, for a G29. I don't know what that acceptable range is off the top of my head for a G29. I'd have to look it up. All cars have an acceptable range of PSI for compression. And if you're out of that range, there's not really anything you can do about it without tearing into the motor and getting, you know, replacing your rings or getting your cylinder honed, replacing the piston. It just depends on how severe out of range it is. Number 4. New batteries, new solenoid, new forward and reverse switch. The cart runs good for 3 or 4 minutes and then shudders to a stop. All right, there you go. What am I going to say there? The batteries have good voltage. If the car rests for 1/2 hour, it starts and runs again and then stops. I am at a loss about what is going on. It's a 48 volt club car. All right, but everything that you described there, yeah, Craig saw the word shudder or stutter or shake. Everything that you're describing there could be attributed to one bad cell and one battery. I understand that you said that your batteries have good voltage, but what I want to know is what that voltage does under load when it comes to a stop. Because if you just had one cell go out, then boom, it could fall out. Let's see. Gallon Yoder says, with the throttle off, the B+ post to M- has 42.19 volts. When the throttle activates the solenoid, I get 51 volts immediately. Well, that doesn't sound right. You're supposed to have 0 volts, and then when you slowly depress the accelerator pedal, it climbs to 51. 51 is most likely your full battery pack voltage. So you're probably looking at a controller there. Number 5. My 2020 Yamaha Quiet Tech would not restart while playing yesterday. It failed on both forward and backwards. Really dead silence. A friend put it in neutral and it started up. I was able to put it in forward and it worked. Later I drove it a short distance and it appeared to be fine. Any thoughts would be appreciated. Well, on a gas car, you have several micro switches, and you got some on your forward and reverse lever on the back side, like your forward and reverse lever. You look on the back side, there's going to be a couple of micro switches there, and then there might be some more if you follow the cables before it goes to the throttle. There may be some more in a box or a container, somewhere else in the car. Well, you can they can get out of place a little bit. Like that forward and reverse lever needs to be in exactly the right spot in order for the micro switch to be clicked and the other one to be open in order for it to start. You could have had it like just a little bit out of place, and one of the switches wasn't activated, or it was stuck and it didn't crank at that time. When your friend put it in neutral, he clicked them all again and got them back into place. So you're going to have to look at that and see if you might possibly have a sticky micro switch, or when you put it in neutral, put it a little bit to one side, or when you put it in forward, pull it back a little bit and see if your car takes off. Then you know that it's something to do with the placement of your forward and reverse switch. Well, let's see, Gallon says, when I press to go 51 volts between B1, shouldn't the motor respond? Not necessarily. Not necessarily, because it's supposed to go from 0 to 51. So the fact that it's going 51 right off the bat, it makes me think that you got something else wrong. That's why I was saying controller. It's supposed to go from 0 to 51, because there's another test to show full battery pack voltage decreasing at the same time as that test is showing increasing. Would aluminum wheels versus steel be easier on the motor and batteries since there's less rotating mass, or negligible? That's a funny that you asked that question, Craig. Did I say something about that about my race car? Is that why you asked that question? Because when I built my race car out of an EZGO TXT, and I ordered my wheels, I ordered the lightest rim available, even though they're so light that I probably wouldn't even recommend them, because they're so light that they could probably bend easy if you did any type of curb popping or scraping, or you did any type of off-road in it or whatever. They would probably not be very strong. But I didn't need that. I just needed them to run in a straight line. So I got the lightest wheels possible. So the answer to your question is yes. But it's also probably negligible. Probably not that big of a difference unless you're drag racing or something like that, like some crazy people have done in the past. I don't know why anybody would do that, but anyway. Definitely would be lighter. I lightened the wheels, all 4 of them, and I even lightened the brake setup by going with an EZGO mechanical brake system. That actually took a lot of pounds off the rear end too. So anything you can do to lighten the car actually does help, and it increases your power to weight ratio. And the ultimate increase to your power to weight ratio is going lithium. We've talked about that before too. Okay. Number 6 is where I was at. Yeah, that makes sense for straight line racing, but got to be careful, because the lighter you get, unless you're going like carbon fiber or something like that, the less strong that they're going to be. That would be the ultimate, to go carbon fiber on your rims. Now that would be cool. Let's see, number 6, cart is not charging. I have a EZGO 36 volt. All 6 batteries show at least 5.9. The headlights turn on, the radio turns on, the cart dashboard charge indicator flashes low voltage. I've had the charger connected overnight and the dash charge indicator still reads low voltage. I need some suggestions, thank you. Well, we need to determine whether or not your charger is actually coming on or not first. The way you would do that would be take a voltage reading on your battery pack, you know, at rest without the charger plugged in. Take a voltage reading, leave your voltmeter on the leads. You could do this with just one battery, or you could do it across the entire battery pack and have, you know, and look at your full battery pack voltage. You got 5.9 you said on each battery, so you should have about 35 volts or something in the entire battery pack. But like I said, you can do this on across your whole battery pack, or you could do it on just one battery. Put it on just one battery that has 5.9 volts, plug that charger in and watch your voltmeter. And if that 5.9 does not change, it doesn't start slowly rising, then your charger is not coming on. So what you would need to do is take that charger and plug into somebody else's car and see if it's actually working or not. Because if it's not, then you're going to have to, then I'd have questions about what type of charger is it. Is it the old heavy transformer type charger, or is it a newer solid state charger? But we need to determine if there's something wrong with the charger. So the easiest way to do that is plug it into another EZGO and see if it's working. Number 7, but let me check on over here. That's cool. We're going to go to number 7. I have a 2003 club car, 48 volt. I keep getting one dead battery. It is the same battery position each time. Can you tell me what I should look for in fixing the problem? All right, well, that would make me ask some questions, because a lot of people seem to be under the impression that the position the battery is in the battery pack makes a difference. Okay, well, it doesn't. Your golf cart doesn't know anything about the position of a battery in a battery pack when they're hooked up in series like that. It has no idea. It has no idea how many batteries you're running. It doesn't know if you're running 6 8-volt batteries. It doesn't know if you're running 4 12-volt batteries. Now, the only thing I could think of in your case is this would be my main question. Are you running 6 8-volts, or are you running 4 12-volts? Because if you're running 4 12-volts, it could be something as simple as that you have lights or stereo or some type of accessory running off of one of those batteries, and that's the one that keeps dropping out on you, or that's the one that keeps going bad, and because it's got something extra running off of it, not just the golf cart. That would be my question about that, because it shouldn't make any difference the position in the battery pack. You shouldn't have the same battery going dead every time unless there's something extra connected to it besides just your main power cables. Kirk Bauer says, Tim, what brand of lithium can I purchase and still use my Lester Summit 2 charger? That's a good question, Kirk. This is what we have been at Golf Cart Garage. This is what we advise everybody. Depending on which brand of battery that you get, you check with the manufacturer. I don't care which one it is. Check with the manufacturer. Tell them what it is you're thinking about doing. I don't know what Dakota and let's see, we sell Dakota, we sell Allied, we sell Eco battery now, I believe. I'm not sure what they're saying about the specifics on the Lester Summit 2, because the Lester Summit 2 does have a lithium setting. I'll find that out for you though. I'll tell you what, I'm going to put that on my wait list and see if any of our current battery lithium manufacturers, let's see, lithium approved Summit 2 charger, because they all want to see the charging profile. They want to see the real specifics about the charging profile before they approve it to be charged on their batteries for warranty work. That's why they all have their own charger, and they all recommend their own charger. So it's very possible that none of them may have the Summit 2 approved for charging lithium. I don't know off the top of my head, but I can't find out. Let's see. Craig says, do people road race these things? It just crossed my mind. talking about racing. Well, I just was involved in drag racing. I didn't do any road racing, but yeah, there's lots of people that drag race them. You know, you can make a pretty fast car. You can make a pretty fast electric car and a pretty fast gas car. I don't know about road racing. I haven't heard a lot about that. Let's see. Make sure. Let's see. 7. That was. I need to know if you had 4 12s or 6 8s. Number 8. That's where we're at. This is from John. I have an older club car. What's the best way to shorten the steering column? Believe it or not, that is not an unusual question. I mean, not everybody's built the same. You know, humans come in all different shapes and sizes, and from small to large. There are a lot of men that are so big that they don't fit in the car very well because the steering wheel is you know, it's right on top of them. So that's usually where that request comes from, is that they want to know how they can shorten the steering wheel because it gets it away from them a little bit. And there have been many people that have removed the steering column, took it to a welder or did it themselves, and cut 3 inches out of the steering column and then weld it back together and then put it back in just the way it was, and it moves the steering wheel a little bit. You know, moves it further away just so they can fit in there better. That's a lot of people have done that. You know, you cut it, take 3 inches out, and then put it in a jig, like a 90-degree angle iron, a piece of angle iron, and so the axle lays in there perfect, and you know that it lines up, and then tack it right there, and then twist the axle and tack it all the way around, and then you could smooth the edges out and make it perfect. You wouldn't even know that it was done. So yeah, there's a lot of people that have done that. Let's see, number 9. How easily can lights be installed on my EZGO gas golf cart? Would they operate off the start battery, or is another battery needed? That's from Danny. That's very easy on a gas cart. You just run your positive and your negative from your lights directly to your starting battery, and that's it. That's all there is to it. Your starting battery voltage is going to vary. It's going to vary between 12, if everything is working normally, it's going to vary between 12.3 when it's sitting there at rest, all the way up to close to 15. And your lights can handle that range of voltage. So yeah, you might see your lights brighten up a little bit when you start the car up, but that's perfectly normal. So yeah, straight to your starting battery. The gas cars are really easy to hook up lights. You don't have to worry about voltage reducers or anything like that on a gas car. Let's see. My club car came with 6 8-volts. When the batteries die, will 8 6-volts fit in the area? That's a good question, and the answer, well, if you want to know if there's enough room under the seat of a club car to put 8 6-volt batteries instead of 6 8-volt batteries, you got to understand. See, it would be the same configuration. It'd still be 48 volts, but you'd have more lead, and so you'd have more range. Your car's going to weigh more, but you're still going to have more range because you're carrying around 2 more batteries, and that's about 120 pounds more lead. So it's about 120 pounds more range. You know, so whatever that percentage-wise comes out to is what you'd be trying to. I'm assuming that's what you're trying to accomplish there, is more range. There is enough room. I can tell you this, there is enough room under the seat of a club car for 8 6-volt batteries, because I've seen other brands of golf cars that are the exact same size that under the seat they have 8 6-volt batteries. But the current battery rack configuration in a club car, no way. You'd have to redo the entire battery pack in order to stuff 8 6-volts in there. It's going to be tight, but there would be enough room, because like I said, other golf carts have that 8 6-volt configuration. Any word on, Craig says, any word on season 3 extreme golf cart makeover? No, I have not got any word on that yet. I have not got any word on that yet. They will let me know, because they want me to promote it. They want me to promote it here whenever it happens. So I'm not sure what's going on with that right now. Let me see. Everything's good there. Everything's good there. We're on number, looks like we're on number 10. This is the last regular question. Or did I just do number 10? Oh, there's Golf Cart Garage answered your question, Craig. Season 2.5 of Extreme Golf Cart Makeovers coming soon. There you go. Yeah, I already did number 10. That was the 8 and the 6 8-volts and the 8 6-volt batteries configuration. Alright, so I'm going to run remember to follow us on Facebook and YouTube, but you can also follow us on these other platforms I'm running right now. Golf Cart Garage says we'll go over a few makeovers on a 48-volt precedent. Cool, Golf Cart Garage. Thank you for coming in there and answering that. Alright, also, remember at checkout to use this coupon. At checkout at golfcartgarage.com, you can get 5% off any parts you order if you use coupon code TIM9 at checkout. This coupon expires on April 17th, 2023. You can get 5% off all your parts by using TIM9 at checkout at golfcartgarage.com. We'll go over makeovers on 48-volt precedent also. Cool. Thumbs up, y'all. What's up? Thank you, Craig. Oh, let's do the tip. Yep. Yoo-hoo, tip. Appreciate it, Kurt. It's a very simple tip. We talked about there was the person that asked about hooking up lights on a gas golf cart. You know, can they hook up lights to their battery? So I don't know if they've got lights that came with a wiring harness, or if they're actually just hooking up some kind of aftermarket. There's lots of aftermarket lights, like little bitty LED light bars that you can get at Walmart now, or little small LED lights. There's all kinds of lights out there that you could hook up. So I don't know if they have a wiring harness or not. But all I was going to say is, if you are building your own little wiring harness with hooking up one of those little aftermarket lights from Walmart or something like that, just make sure you put a fuse in one of your lines. Like, put a fuse either in your positive line or your negative line, and then run both of them straight to the battery, straight to the battery post. Don't do a frame ground or anything like that. Don't worry about all that stuff. Go straight to your battery. Use your battery ground and your battery positive. Your positive and your negative from your lights go to there, and you break one of those lines somewhere for your light switch. You can break either one of them. Your light switch will work on either one of the lines. You can turn your lights on and off. But just remember to put a fuse in one of those lines. That was this week's tip. That looks like it's going to be about it for me today. I will see everybody on, let's see, today's Tuesday. I will see everybody on Thursday. And Thursday we might be back in the garage. We'll see if I can come up with something out there in the garage to make it a little more exciting. But in case something could always come up, we might be back in my office. But don't worry, we'll be back in the garage soon enough. All right, guys, let me check Facebook, make sure that we're cool over there. Let's see. Oh, got Brian Harvey on Facebook. Hey, Tim from Harvey's Custom Carts. What's up, Brian? Appreciate you stopping in, man. Where's that located, Brian? Where's Harvey's Custom Carts located? I'd be interested. Let's see. We got Magix brush guard and Nerf bars 2 weeks ago, all ready for our Drive 2 on Golf Cart Garage. We will use coupon on next order. Cool. You got till April 17th on that coupon, Missy. April 17th, so you got plenty of time. Golf Cart Garage posted, see that, everybody? They posted that they made a commercial for Gearheads on Demand on TikTok, so there's the link for that, and they're going to get another one up on YouTube. Let me see if Brian answered my question over here from Harv's Custom Carts. Anyway, Brian, we come here every Tuesday and Thursday, man. You're welcome to join. You might be able to help me out with some customers, so feel free to come back. You know, I don't know everything. I've got a lot of experience, but you know, I don't have the answer to everything. Harvey's from Ontario, Canada. Thanks for the info you shared. Cheers. Appreciate it, Brian. Like I said, you're welcome to share some info too. You might be able to help somebody out in the live chat, or help me out with a question in case I don't have experience with it. So thanks for stopping by. Every Tuesday and Thursday at 12 noon Central Standard Time on Facebook and YouTube. All right, guys, that's going to be about it for me. I will see everybody on Thursday. The garage is now closed.